Hi, my name's Kieran Smith and I'm better known as Kieran Smith Equestrian, and welcome to the farm, mine and John's home for the summer and where my journey as an equestrian began. So we're currently on the farm. This is where I grew up as a kid. Had my first ponies here, I learnt to ride here. I've had so many amazing memories here at the farm, and we've got John here for the summer. John's over on the field at the moment. We're going to go over and see him shortly, but I think it's only right that we finally do a yard tour. Now we've got a yard tour here on the farm, and we're also going to go over to the equestrian centre where I usually keep John, and we'll also be looking at the centre, but that will come in a video which is a little bit further down the line. But without further ado, let's go have a look around the yard. I've spoken very briefly about how I came here to Long Lane, but the short story of it is my mum went for a tattoo. My mum is an equestrian, it's in her blood. She grew up around horses, she travelled with the show jumpers, and she went for a tattoo, and the tattooist owned horses. And you know what that's like. As soon as you see a horse as an equestrian, or as soon as you hear anything about horses, you are straight into a conversation about them. Whether you drive past them, you see them in the field, you've got to point over them, or whether you get into a deep conversation, either way, it always happens.
Oh my
so
god, you're talking about horses?
Yeah. I love horses.
Oh my god, I also love horses.
Do you? No way.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually where I had my first ever pony.
No
down here.
way, can
Do
we
you
show
wanna come
me?
look?
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent sized stable, especially for a 12 to 13 hand pony, I think. It's, yeah, no, it's good. Guys, this is Mia, the brains behind the camera. No, brains just behind the camera. And yeah, this is my first pony stable.
Cool. Tell me all about your first pony, because I don't actually know that much about
Yeah,
when your journey started.
I didn't really talk about her enough. So Spirit was my first pony. We ended up getting her from a rescue centre that my mum was working at the time. So mum started working with horses, she got back into them. And Spirit was there. Mum fell in love with her over the door. Long story short, the rescue centre said, you know, you can take her, have her on loan. And Mum did. She obviously was always for me. Mum and Anna did a lot of the breaking in, the schooling side. I hate the word breaking in actually. The training side, the schooling, the producing side of her. And I was just a jockey that got thrown on when the time was right. She was quite a whizzy pony. I was always scared to canter on her. It took a long time for me to learn to canter because she was so quick. She was like a bullet. So I used to just walk and trot around the school with her. And I think the only problem I ever remember having with her was being booked off once, just once. And I don't have a clue what happened, but we come around the centre line, well, just about to turn down the centre line, and as I went to turn at C, she just took off, and she threw me off in the centre of the school. And my mum laughed because it was, I think we were both shocked to what she'd done, because it just was out of character completely. Obviously I was on the floor crying at the time because I was pretty shocked. I did see the funny side of it eventually, but yeah. For your mum to laugh at you when you're on the floor crying, it's just a typical equestrian mum, really.
I was going to say, it sounds like a good horse mum.
Yeah.
The fact that she just laughed and didn't panic.
Definitely, but she chucked me straight back on. But before that, I had already had plenty of falls because I learned to ride on a horse called Warwick, who was actually kept in this stable as well. He was here when I first got here. We didn't loan him or anything like that. I just used to just ride him. But that was a horse with a really big attitude, like seriously big attitude, guys. And you know, the slightest inconvenience or anything like that, straight to the floor you were going. He actually put my brother off riding completely. My brother actually started riding when I started riding, and he chucked him off in the field. I was over in the school with Spirit at the time, and I watched my brother get chucked off in the field. My mum was riding with him at the same time on a different horse. I just saw him get up and run across the field. I don't know where he was running.
It's an interesting reaction to a fall.
Yeah, you just wouldn't get up and run, would you? I'll be laying there thinking, right, is anything broken? Yeah, no, he got up and run, and he never got on a horse ever again. But the funniest thing with Warwick was I studied in college for 3 years, and there was a black cob there that looked identical to Warwick. And I always had something in the back of my mind that always was a little bit suspect. And I had a message not long after I finished college saying, how's Warwick? And I was like, well, I don't know, we haven't been in touch with him for a good 10 years. And, you know, again, long story short, Warwick was there at the college and they had renamed him Donut. And you best believe the attitude was 100% still there. The slightest inconvenience, you're on the floor, and you didn't even need to have an inconvenience. You would just trip, and like, all the riders would just fly over his head. He was a pain in the backside. So yeah, I had lost touch with him until we went back to college, and obviously now I've seen him. I left college at this point, and I managed to get in touch with Spirit again. We lost contact when Mum came away from the horses at 10 due to her health, and we ended up having to sell them, which I was really disappointed about, as any child would be. And we sold the horses, and I think I had about a year's break, and I started getting back into them, and I managed to get in touch with the owner of Spirit at the time, and she was, her name was Jane, and her sons was riding her and taking her out hunting, show jumping, pony club, and I think she's been to 1 or 2 homes since. She must be retired by now, if she hasn't passed on already. So if anyone's out there and you've got a chestnut called Spirit, a really old mare, please let me know. And guys, I'll also include a photo of it onto this video so you can see her, and yeah, you can get that vision in your head. I don't think I have a photo of Warwick though, and I don't think I want to look at a photo of Warwick. I'm
For the side eye.
Yeah, the side eye. If he could do the TikTok trend, a bombastic side eye, he'd be on it.
100%. Right, I think it's time for a cup of tea.
Coffee.
Yeah, you're a coffee person.
Yes.
But
yes.
tea for me. You come in?
Yeah, let's go. I've already had 1 coffee today as well. Another one won't hurt. So, this is the tack room, which is pretty minging. Didn't tell you that I have no tea, coffee, sugar or milk, but I do have a kettle.
Right, you know that's in the contract.
Right, okay. Well,
tea must be available at all times.
Let me just call my lawyers and the solicitors, and I'll see how we can get that contract terminated. Are you sure it's in the contract?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, the tack room, sorry about the tea and coffee, by the way. The tack room is pretty minging at the moment. It could do with a really good deep clean, but to be honest, it doesn't hold much use. There's only me here. There's 2 of the horses on the yard at the moment, but they don't do too much with theirs. They just, you know, come down, groom them, spend some time with them.
It's quite a lot of spiders.
Yeah. Guys, in a moment I'm going to show you the spiders in this tack room, and honestly, yeah, can we make sure that the spiders get put into this video, because they're all over the room. And the worst part is they're in that toilet there, and it's absolutely disgusting. You'll be having a wee and you'll just see a spider crawl past your head. It is grim.
You have actual spider web in your head.
Oh, do I? See what I mean? See what I mean? It's disgusting. But what, you know, is it just me who has spiders in the tack room, or does everyone have spiders in the tack room?
I don't think I have this many spiders in my tack room. There's a few, but this is like the scene out of Harry Potter.
Yeah. Anyway, comment in the comment section below, and let me know whether or not you've got spiders in your tack room. Because what spiders are they?
Harvest spiders.
Harvest spiders, whatever that means. They don't bite, do they?
I don't think so. Probably wouldn't aggravate them anyway. Just let them live on your ceiling.
So we are actually going to skip the tack room, and we're going to go straight over to John now.
So you brought me in here for no tea?
Well, no, I brought
to be surrounded by spiders.
Yeah, but you just told me they might bite.
Right, let's carry on before we find out if they do bite.
Yeah, let's go get John. So, you'll see John's bay backside over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but me, I can definitely see it.
I can definitely see John's backside. That is a familiar sight.
And yeah, it is. If you don't know John, he doesn't stop giving us bum scratches. Well, we had to give him bum scratches. And I'm pretty impressed that he's still got his fly mask on.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen him with a fly mask on yet.
Yeah, because he never has it on when you get here, because he takes it off. Yeah, I had a fight with him yesterday to get the fly mask on him. He just did not want it on, and he's so sly about things sometimes. He's just sort of, yeah, let's not go into that. John can be a pain in the backside sometimes. But yeah, I thought I'd explain why this place looks like a construction site at the moment.
Yeah, it really does. I think I know what's going on here.
Yeah. Go on, what do you think it is?
I'm going to guess that this is going to be an arena.
It's an arena,
okay.
Yeah. If you guys haven't guessed already, that is an arena behind me. The original arena was actually over there, and it's been moved over onto this field here, and it's in the process of being put together in the final stages. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll have the surface down. I think it's this week the surface might be going down. But we've had the lights put up, the electrician's out this week, so we'll have lights for the winter, which is ideal. Nobody doesn't want lights in their arena during the winter, so it's all coming along nicely. But there's a lot of plans in place at the moment for this place with goals and just my mission really, which is of course trying to bring more equality, inclusivity and diversity to the industry and just life overall really. And I've got some really big plans. I can't go into too much detail at the moment, but there are a lot of challenges to overcome. There are a lot of barriers, and I will do it. I will 100% do it, because it's the solutions that matter and it's the solutions that I'm digging for. But if you guys want to support me, my team, and just come on this journey with us, because this is my journey, but it's not just a journey alone, it's a journey that my team have come on. And Mia, you've been part of my part of the team for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
How she's lasted that long, I really don't know. But the journey's been happening for some time, and I want you guys to come onto the journey with us as well. So if you do want to support us, please do check the description below. The arena is going to look absolutely amazing. I also do a lot of work at this centre, and I've got some goals of working with people in the future, on site here, on site at the Equestrian Centre, and just doing what I do best, which is bringing the best out in other people, supporting them with them goals and pushing them to be their very, very best. But yeah, it's exciting stuff. Like I say, if you want to join, check the description out, because any help from anyone really do appreciate it. But without blabbering on too much longer, let's go see that bay bottom over there, who's 100% going to want bum scratches. So here's the bay monster, shall we call him. Let me just take his fly mask off, bear with me.
Hi John! I'll let you do the talking.
I told you, he really, I don't know why, he really doesn't like his fly mask at the moment. Sorry buddy, you okay? He said that's absolutely fine until you came over. So, you know John already.
I do know John.
Some of you guys, if you know me from TikTok, Instagram, you'll know John already. I did not call him John. Everyone's like, who calls a horse John? Get to know him, and he suits his name perfectly. He's so chilled, he's so relaxed, he's so genuine. He has that switch on for competition mode where he almost turns into a competition horse, but equally he switches off like now, like a donkey. He loves a good stroke. He's going to make me look like a really bad owner. You saw how he reacted then. He, you know, he loves kisses. Yeah, so John is a 9-year-old gelding. He is a Hanoverian cross sports horse, Hanoverian. He's a gelding, and I've had him for around about 2 or 3 years now. He was actually my move over from Dancer, who's my 14-2 pony. She's not here at the moment, she's over at the centre. Onto John, and my purpose with John was to be able to progress further within my show jumping career. Not so much of a career, but my show jumping journey. And yeah, we're just getting started. We recently have affiliated to the British Show Jumping, so we're going to get out jumping a lot more over the next few months. We did get out in our first affiliated show. We had a really bad round to begin with, but it was made up by a really good second round, which actually gave us first place out of a class of 35, I think. So I was really pleased that we managed to perform up to that standard on our first go out. But unpredictable, some days he's chilled, some days he can really test my patience, but overall he's pretty good. Here's him testing my patience now. He's going to knock me around with his bum, so that'll scratch his bum. And I was not lying when I said he loves bum scratches, and he will reverse at you at around about 100 miles per hour until you scratch his bum. So if you ever see John reversing at you, if you ever happen to be in his company, just know he's not trying to kick you, he does just want a bum scratch. But yeah, that's John. My plan was to ride him today, actually getting John. My plan was to ride him today. But I don't know if you can see the clouds, and obviously by my nest of a hair by now, we're not going to be able to ride because it's going to pee it down in a moment. It's very windy. School's not quite finished yet, and we'll have to ride on this on the field. So I think we'll leave you to it, John. We're going to head back down to the yard. Is that alright? Here's a kiss then. Boy, let's go. Oh, it's fly mask.
Good luck getting that back on.
Do you want it on? Let's go. So then guys, you have finally seen the farm, you've seen me, you've seen John, and you've seen Mia, who is now back behind the camera. And this is where my journey as an equestrian began, and this is where my journey will continue. It's a journey that's going to bring many challenges with the projects that I've got planned, and I want as many people to come on this journey as possible. I've got such an amazing team who have supported me up until this point, and they're going to support me as we move into the future, and I want this journey to be something that you guys come on with me as well. You can check out in the description on how you can support me with upcoming projects that face massive challenges that I will overcome. But in the meantime, I will see you guys next Wednesday for the next video, where we'll be heading over to the field to get John in. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my horses, giving John a bit of a groom, and we can get to know the horses a little bit more. Until then, I hope you all have a great week. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.